Welcome to the first event out of 15 in the Elastomania World Cup. We're starting out this week with a great level by Chris. In this level we have 9 polygons, we have 9 objects, 8 apples, 1 flower, all symbolizing World Cup number 9. And this gives us a multitude of routes possible, so the level was really fun to play, but also to theory craft around to find the best styles. And when it comes to styles, you have so many options. You're starting out here and the flower is back up here as well. Probably you're gonna be maybe dropping down for this apple, drop down for this apple, or you'll be making your way all the way out to the right to begin with. But let's say you just start here down to the left, you still have so many options. You can maybe bounce up, grab this apple and come down, grab this one, or you can continue up, grab this one up here and maybe continue out to the right. But you quickly realize no matter what route you choose, there's always one apple that you'll be missing. Even if you maybe come down here, come back up, come down here and go to the top, oh, you missed this apple. Or if you grab that apple by coming down, bouncing up here, coming down, grab this, grab here, come down, up here, oh, you missed this apple. So then you have to come back and go around and do a loop-de-loop here. Or maybe you start out to the right, you come all the way up here and then you go maybe down, up, grab this one, come down, up, grab this one, but you already missed here, you missed down here. If you then instead choose maybe this route up here and up, down, grab these two and come back for this one, well, you still missed this one. So no matter what style you were thinking of, you're always missing 1 or 2 apples, or you have to go back in some awkward way. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how people manage to solve this level. And we'll be doing things a little bit differently this time. First of all, as you can see, I'm on Discord instead of the EOL website. And that's partly because it's easier for me not to spoil myself, but it's also because you get to see all the reactions and talk around the results, which is always fun to see and even better if you're there live. And another major difference is that this time I have a pre-selected list of replays voted on by the community and then curated by Pocho. And we'll see, it looks like this. I don't know if we'll be deep diving into all of these replays, but hopefully this will give you a better selection than the previous arbitrary 50th place, 40, 30, 20 and so on. But regardless, the top 3 will always be included, but then hopefully you'll get to see some other styles and routes along the way. But as we scroll down, we see our first finishers. We have 139 players, which is really fun to see. We have a lot of apple finishes. Again, there were a lot of apples in this level. Maybe it wasn't that easy even to finish the level, but we'll work our way down to that first replay that we're gonna take a look at, which is place 109, and it's Coxo. Coxo comes in at 54.67. Let's check out his replay. And here we have it, Coxo's replay. Starting out towards the right, is it gonna go, he's not going all the way out to the right, he's dropping down here and grabbing this apple. And from here, he's gonna grab the left-hand apple as well, it looks like. Smart to get rid of these apples first, because it's hard to get up to the flower from this part. So clearing out here and then going out to the right. And actually going up here, grabbing this apple and coming back down for this one of the bottom apples. You have 2 apples here in the bottom. But jumping up, grabbing this second triangle apple, coming down for this second bottom apple. So he's like very methodically clearing out the left-hand part, then the triangle apples and now the bottom apples, coming up here for the right-hand apple. And now it's basically just a straight drive to the finish, but you have these islands which are kind of tricky to navigate, especially at low speed when you can't skip any of them. But beautiful jumping here and just making that way to the flower. Beautiful run by Coxo. And that brings us immediately into the next replay, which is number 108. So we're jumping down 1 position and we get to MH, who comes in at 52.13, 2 seconds faster than Coxo. Let's see. Also starting out towards the right, is it gonna drop down? No, he's going for a hang here, but not grabbing that top apple. Grabbing this triangle apple here first, coming down to this bottom apple, completely different style. Jumping up, grabbing these 2 apples out towards the left. And let's see, he grabbed one of the triangle apples, but not the hang apple up there in the beginning, close to the flower. So he's probably gonna be coming back from the right-hand part, or he's just jumping up there and grabbing it now. Beautiful style, really like crisscrossing all over the place. Let's see, coming out here, grabbing the right-hand apple, but he still has the triangle and the bottom apple left here, right? So, he's getting a stick here and coming back. Very smart style, just grabbing that apple and coming back and now grabbing this last apple at the bottom. And then it's just a jump up to the flower. This jump is kind of hard to like get to the flower because you get a little bit stuck on that hang. but he eventually gets there at 52.13. Beautiful replay by MH. And from here we make our way down to the 104th place. We see Chris actually playing his own level in 105th place. But after that we have Hogge, who has been really active in the scene lately and improving a lot. Actually gets below 50 seconds. Very nice. Let's check out Hogge's 49.55. Let's see. Hogge actually starting out to the left here. So far we've had 3 completely different routes already in the first few seconds. But let's see, coming down from that drop, grabbing this apple by the triangle and getting this top apple as well. And not going anywhere else, he's going out towards the right from here, grabbing this right hand apple. And now let's see, he has both the triangle apple below him here and the bottom apple as well in the half pipe. But he's grabbing the triangle apple and coming out here, grabbing one of the bottom apples and jumping up, grabbing this apple below the start here, one of the drop apples. And let's see, he has the bottom apple left, and that's the only apple he has left right now. So he's jumping up here, grabbing some speed, driving across this triangle twice, which is always not a good sign, but in this level you kind of had no choice. But let's see, coming up here, it was kind of hard to keep your momentum going towards the flower there. But he does it, and he comes in, grabs the flower at 49.55. Beautiful stuff by Hogge, and that's 2 more replays down, and we'll jump into 1 position below him, which is 103, where we have NF at 49.45, improving 1/10 of a second. And let's see how NF solved this level. Coming out here towards the right, is he gonna go all the way? No, he comes down and he grabs this hang apple first, but comes down for the triangle apple to the right here. Gonna go down and grab the bottom apple here to the left. And let's see, jumps up, grabs one of the drop apples, gonna be grabbing that second drop apple as well. I think this is the first style we saw, right? Just a little bit maybe better execution. Let's see, comes up here, gonna grab this triangle apple. He still has 1 bottom apple left to go down here, and then he has the right hand apple as well. So he's gonna be coming up to the right hand side here. Grab this apple, beautiful push to get into this half pipe so you can keep a little bit more speed coming back towards the left. But yeah, clever. Instead of using those hangs, which is really awkward, he just comes down here, drives all the way, and again, keeping all that momentum, beautiful stick to kind of push your way to the flower, and grabs it at 49.45. Beautiful stuff, and the next replay we're gonna be checking out is actually breaking into the top 100, because it is place number 100, where we have Poe or PP I'm not sure, comes in at a beautiful 47.98, breaking into that 47 territory. Here we go. Starting out towards the right as well. He's gonna go all the way to the right or drop down like we've seen before. He's actually making his way all the way over to this right hand apple. And let's see, is he gonna grab both? Is he gonna do this stick here by the triangle and come down for the bottom apple as well? He doesn't. He keeps his momentum, goes here, gonna be grabbing this second drop apple and come out here for the left drop apple as well. And then gonna be coming up for the triangle, and I guess he doesn't have to go back to the top of the level. He already cleared that. So let's see. Getting up here, grabbing this apple, gonna be coming down for the bottom apple here. Is he then just gonna do some kind of turn here? Or is he actually gonna go all the way around? No, actually, yeah, he does come back, he just does this turn, uses the speed from this half pipe, from the triangle. You kind of have to go this way to get back up to the flower, and does it beautifully. Well done. And that's 2 more replays down. Next one, number 99. Let's see who it is. And with a new scoring system as well, we have Seafill at 47.78, who gets 1.1 points. Let's see, Seafill also starting out here towards the right. We haven't seen that many players go to the left first. Grabbing this top apple, coming down for the triangle apple here. Is he also gonna go like do the bottom route and then the 2 drop apples out to the left? Looks like it. Gets up here, grabs this one, beautiful stick and nice push, avoiding the head there, but getting a lot of leftwards momentum out of it. Coming up here, grabbing the second drop apple. Gonna go back up to this triangle here, and let's see, making his way down to the bottom apple here, and then it's just the right hand apple left. Really beautiful style. It feels like you're doing very little extra driving anywhere. You're just picking the apples one by one, but coming down here and gonna get a lot of speed towards the flower. Let's see how he handles this final stick here. Beautiful, manages to get that wheel out of the hang and come in and grab the flower. So nice run by Seafill, and the next one is number 96 followed by 92. And let's see who they are. In 96 we have Sandro at 46.05, and 92 we have Vasi at 44.16. So it's gonna be 2 seconds in between these runs. But let's start by checking out Sandro's run. Let's see Sandro also starting out towards the right. Is it gonna go all the way to the right hand apple, or is it gonna drop down? Looks like he's coming all the way out here. Is it gonna be the same style that we saw just recently? Grabbing this one apple, coming down for the triangle, and he does this stick now. Grabs the apple, comes back down for the bottom apple, so now he cleared out the entire right-hand part of the apple, or the entire right-hand part of the level, sorry. Grabbing this second bottom apple here, getting up for this second drop apple, coming down for the left-hand drop apple, and now he just has the triangle apple left. So how is he gonna make it from this triangle to the flower? Is he gonna go up and do a hang here? Looks like it. Oh, beautiful. Gets the front wheel there to use the elasticity to get a little bit of extra speed towards the left so he can come in for this swing and up to the flower. And from Sandro's replay, we jump into Vasi's replay, which is almost 2 seconds faster. Let's see how that's possible. Starting out towards the right here as well. We haven't really seen that many people going for the left drop or the right drop first. But he's coming back here from the first hang apple and actually coming in here to the right drop, grabbing this apple and gonna be coming up for the second drop apple here. Again, we've seen this style before, clearing the drop apples first because you cannot make your way up there anyway, so you have to get them at some point. But not grabbing that triangle apple, but still coming down here for this one. I guess he's gonna be grabbing that apple from the other way anyway, so he saves a little bit of time by not going for that apple in the beginning, but it looks so weird to skip it. But yeah, he comes down here, grabs the bottom apple, and then grabbing this apple anyway, and avoiding that hang, but gassing a little bit in the ceiling to make the gap and grabbing the flower. Beautiful stuff, and that's 2 more replays down. And the next one we're gonna check out is breaking into the top 90. It's actually the 90th place where we have Roll. Roll breaking in also to that 43 territory, 43.99, almost getting the 2 points, but let's check out the replay. Roll. Starting out towards the left first, gonna be grabbing the left drop apple first. Nice push to get out into the half pipe so you can get a lot of speed coming up here, grabbing this apple and then grabbing the hang apple and coming back for the right drop apple after. Really hard to clear below that hang. You can see he barely makes it up, but really beautiful, gets in and nice, can get a good push from that polygon down into the loop so he has a lot of speed. So he's grabbing this apple and jumping up all the way to the right hand apple. Beautiful stuff, and then coming down for this bottom apple, and it's the last apple he has to get. He already got all the others, but let's see, coming up here on the front of the triangle, has enough speed to get up to the hang, not directly to the flower, but coming in here and grabbing the flower at 43.99. Beautiful stuff by Roll, and the next replay we're gonna be checking out is 85. We see Naish actually, who is a new player, getting into 87th place. Very nice, as you can tell. But in 85th place, we have Divan, or Divan at 41.58. Divan also starting out here towards the right. Beautiful stick to come down to the right hand drop first, and then coming up, grabbing the left drop apple as well. And let's see, is he gonna get a lot of speed, go for the triangle here? Is he gonna jump all the way up to the hang apple as well? Looks like it. And from here, he's coming back down. And he's got, oh, beautiful drop here into the left half pipe here. And then coming up for the triangle, nice lean back, so he's able to gas on the triangle. And that actually allows him to get up to the right hand apple as well. And coming around here, nice, get some gas on the hang to push himself into this half pipe. So he can get a lot of speed coming up here for the flower. Gonna clear this gap with ease. And then just grabbing the flower. Beautiful stuff. And the next replay we're going to be checking out is number 83. And I already see Ramon here writing that 83 is going to be a beloved Hall of Famer and most Elma lover of all time. Who can it be? Let's see, in 83rd place we have Abula. The legend himself, the godfather of Elastomania, the creator of Moposide and more. Let's check out Abula's 4013. Abula starting out towards the right. Is he going to go for this hang apple first? No, he comes down. Beautiful. I don't think we've seen this style. Goes straight for the right bottom apple. Comes up for the right top apple here. And let's see, gonna go down for this triangle apple. And coming down to the left bottom apple. And gonna jump up to the right drop apple. It's a lot of apples to keep track of. But coming up here to the left drop apple as well. Beautiful turn there. Can actually use that 90-degree turn as a loop, kind of. Really beautiful. Gets the triangle apple. Comes up here for the hang apple and uses a good stick there to get a bit more extra speed towards the left. Jumps up to the hang, gets up to the flower. Beautiful stuff by Abula. And now we're going to be picking up the pace a little. From 83rd place, we're going to get into 77th place. We see some beloved and well-known Kuskis along the way. And in 77th place, speaking of, we have Terbo. Terbo breaking into the 39 territories. You can tell that the times are getting more and more optimized. Terbo also coming out towards the right here. And let's see, gonna be dropping down. Is this gonna be the same style that we saw Abula doing? He grabs the right bottom apple, comes up here, good push to get into this loop here. Gonna be grabbing the top right apple and then going down for the triangle. Probably gonna be the same style, right? Coming down for the left bottom apple, jumping up here to the right drop apple, coming out to the left drop apple. Beautiful break there before, just to like not jump too high. He just gets perfect amount of height, grabs this left hand apple, coming up for the triangle, and gonna be the same here. A beautiful stick on the side of the polygon to get that extra speed towards the left. Clears the first gap, clears the second gap, grabs the flower. Good stuff. The next replay we'll be checking out is number 75, where we have another legendary Kusky, MR from FM, also flower touching man just like Abula. Let's check out if they use the same style when we check out MR's replay. MR also starting out here towards the right. If he's doing the same style as Abula, he will drop here to the bottom. Looks like it, with a beautiful extra volt there. Is he playing low FPS as well? Looks like his wheels are jittering a little bit. Maybe I'm just mistaken. But coming up here for the right hand apple. Ooh, beautiful, clears the head there. Manages to drive on the underside of the hang, really nice. Coming up here for this apple, gets a nice push down into this loop. Coming around here. And also, just like Abula, manages to use that 90-degree turn as a loop. Really nice stuff. Coming up here, grabbing this apple. And yeah, going for the same kind of stick here to get a little bit of extra speed back. Clears the gaps without any major hassle. Nice replay by MR. And from place 75, we're gonna be taking a huge drop down to 32, improving more than 40 positions along the way. So we'll just take a small scroll here through all the players who made these really good finishings. We see 37s, we see 36s, we're getting down to 35s, really impressive times here. Coming down even into the 34s, and we're not even in the top 50. In 48 we have my teammate Elron, but we see so many other well-known players that I would have imagined would place way higher in this event. And we're stopping here just right before the next replay that we're gonna be watching. We see Jolly peeking up here a little bit, and in 32nd place we have DCEM. DCEM, who has been really active lately in internals and also online. It's been really fun to follow his progress, and clearly his hoiling has had results because he finishes in 32nd place with a 33.15. DCEM, starting out towards the left. It's been a while since we saw left starts first. Gets a beautiful drop to get a lot of push from the triangle into the half pipe. Beautiful stuff, and gets a good stick here to come back out for this right drop apple. Beautiful clearance on the underside of that hang as well. Gets a nice spin in there to get a good push up here to the triangle and getting all the way up here to the right hand part. Oh, and really clever, uses a little bit of vaulting there to get a nice push from the hang to get a lot of speed up all the way to the flower. A beautiful stick to grab the flower. Really cool stuff by DCEM. And now we're gonna be halving his position from 32 down to 19. But let's see who else was in the top 30s. We had Mikkel. If you know, you know. But this is just like cruel irony and twisted fate that puts Bien in 29th place, even at 32.29, almost getting 29 points. It's almost too good to be true. I don't know, it's just fun. I would have expected maybe to see Bien higher. Let's see, maybe he didn't play this first event that much. You are allowed 2 skips, so this actually doesn't say anything yet. But let's see, coming down a little bit in the positions, we have Ducraft, we have Monkey, we have me. We have TM, who I maybe would expect a little bit higher as well. Imusok Stuk Arsenic, really fun to see. We have Sveiner coming in the 20th place. Actually a shared 20th place together with Sigmambo. Spef in 19th place? And 19 was the replay we were gonna check out, right? Could this mean that Spef is using a completely different style, but it's not the fastest style? Really interesting stuff. Let's check out Spef's 31.70, which I'll admit it's a crazy time, but 19th place? And here's Spef's replay, also starting out towards the left. Is it going to be the same style as DCEM? Let's see, gets a good push here, a lot of speed, coming up for this triangle. Is it going to stop at this triangle? He actually does a back wheel hang and swings down to the right bottom apple. Interesting stuff, and gets a nice push here to come out to the right hand apple. Is it going to go down here below? Yeah, beautiful. Gas on the underside of the hang, grabs his apple, coming down for the right bottom apple. But how? What? No way is that possible. I didn't even think about this style. I didn't think you could get up from any of these two drop apples. But let's see. Beautiful wheel compression. Look at this. Like compressing the wheel this much without actually pushing out towards the right. He's just timing it perfectly and just swinging in perfect, avoiding, let's see, he's avoiding the front wheel completely. No touching with the front wheel, no losing speed, and just gets the left wheel in here. Look, avoids the head just barely and comes up, gets a good amount of gas, pushes down to get that little bit of extra gas and just barely makes it up with a brake here and the push to get up to the flower. That's beautiful stuff by Speff. But I guess this is not the best style to go, because Speff only ends up in 19th place. Beautiful style though. And now things are really interesting. The next replay we'll be checking out is 6th place, and from then it's just 3, 2, 1 to go. But along the way we see some other really well-known names. We have J-Sim, Smeebu. It's really nice. I haven't seen Smeebu in a long time, but fun to see him making a comeback, and a strong comeback at that. Blastek, AKB, now back in Team EA, the old Elma side member, comes in at a beautiful 31.48. He played this level a lot and it's really fun to see that it paid off. We have Hosp in 14th place, also someone you might expect to see higher. Barry P, beautiful 13. JT, 12th place, 31.34. We have Leek in 11th place, really nice. And now we are getting into the top 10. In 10th place, we have, let's see, we have a lot of text here by Ramon. Is he saying that event 3 is gonna be by Saba Roja? Wow, it's actually a level from 1997 by Saba, and it's gonna be event 3. Now that is something to look forward to. Okay, now I'm super hyped for this third event, but we're not finished with the first one, and the second one is by InSky, who is also a legendary level maker, so don't sleep on that event either. Let's see, in 10th place we have Siphias. Great comeback by Siphias, grabbing that 10th place. In 9th place we have Astral. Really cool to see him here, also from Team Shown now. And in 8th place, we have Tully. It's been a long time since I saw him playing in a serious level, so really fun to see JP back. And let's see, 6th place is the next replay we're gonna be checking out, and we have Iltsu. Iltsu comes in at a mind-boggling 31.01, and you can bet that he was trying to break this 31-second barrier, just barely didn't make it. But let's see, in 6th place, we have Bien. Oh wait, what? What? Oh. Fuck, I completely missed that this was Centaur who made this post. I completely believed that Bien actually got the 29th place. Jesus, I'm so stupid. Okay, that's really funny. Okay. This makes way more sense, and actually it's super hype to see Bien getting this insane finish. 6th place, 30.97, 60 points to Bien. Let's check out his replay. Who would expect Centaur was such a troll? But let's see. Bien comes down here, beautiful, can get a push there in the start and get a nice push there from the triangle to get the maximum amount of speed up here, grabbing this apple and gonna be coming out here, beautiful push and using a hang here, not going below the hang. And getting around nice, although gets a good push there from the spike as well. Can drive up all the way here on the triangle and gonna be coming around, gonna be doing these crazy vaults again that we've seen before to get a lot of downwards momentum, get a lot of speed here up towards the flower. Beautiful stick. And yeah, just getting that first push there, those tiny details was so hard to get those vaults really well timed. Coming up here and then again, using a hang here to just go straight into this drop. Nice, although nice push. Good lean back here to just go as low as possible. The lower you can lean here, the earlier you can start gassing on this triangle. And then coming out here towards the right and then doing this crazy, and look at this like micro brake he does on this corner here to just perfectly align the last wheel for the push. Beautiful spin, micro brake, push straight into the downhill and can gas all the way, and then just beautiful stick here. Gets the wheel out, but with a lot of leftwards momentum from getting that hook. Beautiful stuff by Bien, and a well-deserved 6th place. Now let's see, we only have 3 replays to go. Now this could be the same styles that we've seen before, it could also be completely different styles. The top 3 will always be included. Let's see, but along the way in 5th place we have Audi. Beautiful showing by Audi. I wouldn't expect to see him anywhere else but top 5, but again, this competition is so stacked. It is the World Cup of Elastomania. In 4th place we have Mjelz. Mjelz now in Team Sean. Remember, there is no more Team Spef with JT and Mjelz. But Mjelz getting 4th place. And just look at this. We had a shared 7th place, 3101, Taljan Ilzu. Improving 0.04 was Bien, 3097. Improving 0.03 was Audi. And now improving 0.03 again is Mjelz. Look how completely insane these times are. And just a little bit better run could improve so many positions, but it's so hard when you get to this level of perfection. And just before we get into the top 3, like in between, I've been just reading all of these like small comments by Ramon. It's been really fun. I haven't been reading them out loud to you, but like go to the results, watch the results live on Discord. It's really fun, and there's always discussion in the general chat along the way, right after deadline at 19 CET here on Discord. But with that out of the way, in 3rd place, we have Mira. Really impressive showing by Mira. It's been a while since I saw him, but he comes out here and blasts this really tough competition out of the way and secures that 3rd place for Team MIE. Crazy stuff by Mira, and I can't wait to check out the replay for our 3rd place finisher. Mira, also starting out towards the left here, also doing this kind of bien start with a little push below the start polygon. Gets a good push from the triangle, comes up here, gonna be grabbing this apple. Are we gonna see the same hang? Yeah, nice push from that first hang, beautiful hang here. Coming down, Olo, push, gets a lot of speed, good lean back, grabs this apple. Nice Olo to get that extra height out of that triangle, and comes in for the push as well. Not really the same kind of push rotation as Bien got, but beautiful grabbing this apple and beautiful finish. Gets that great hook on that last hang. And just really clean run all over. Coming in here, Olo and another push. And I really love this like Olo here to get that extra height. It's almost like vaulting up to get a little bit more height and goes low. Maybe it's actually faster. Instead of like jumping and doing these extra rotations that Bien did, he just goes for a single Olo, but he goes low and gets a really good push on that corner. So he doesn't get the same amount of push from that hang, but by going lower, he just saves time on doing that. So maybe that could be the trick to getting this like 0.1 improvement when we get to this level. Maybe the 2 last replays will show us, because in 2nd place, we have Zero in 2nd place. And it looks like it's gonna be Finman, but I don't know, Ramon could be trolling, but Zero, the dude is just such a crazy player. 2nd or 1st place here maybe doesn't actually matter that much. Getting into like top 3, top 5, top 10 in the first World Cup event is just so insane. But Zero getting that 2nd place at 30.82, really impressive stuff. Let's check out the 2nd place replay by Zero. Zero also starting out towards the left here. Does a little bit different kind of start. Gets an earlier break, but gets maybe a better push. Nice wheel compression to get even more speed out of that loop. Good stick there, good push. Gets a lot of speed out here towards the left. And let's see, good push here as well. Going for the lean back. And let's see, it's going to be the same kind of all a normal vault. Coming out, grabbing this apple. And yeah, going low and pushing from the corner. Maybe that was the trick. And coming up here for this last stick. And grabbing the flower at 30.82. Just a super clean run of the style that we've seen before, but the execution is just so good that it grants Zero the 2nd place. And that leaves only 1st place. And if Ramon was telling the truth, we will see another Finnish Kuski in the 1st place here. And we do have Finman, who wins the 1st event of the 9th World Cup. Also in Team DOT, but improves a full 1/10 of a second on Zero's time, which as you saw is just a crazy improvement for this high up in the list. And Finman beating every other Kuski that played. Let's check out Finman's winning run of the 1st event of the World Cup. Probably gonna be the same start as Zero. Yeah, even that early break, getting a little bit of touch, but getting a good push here, good wheel compression, coming up, grabbing this, nice stick, good push from that hang. We've seen these moves from Zero, but Finman just does it a little bit better. And coming up here, good lean back, nice, gets a good, he actually does all a push here, coming out, grabbing this apple, going low, not pushing from the corner, but from the side, it doesn't matter, he gets a good run all the way out through that ramp. Coming up, good stick, and just straight to the flower. Finman is your winner of the 1st event. Will he keep it going? Can he win the World Cup, or will someone else take the next event? We're gonna be finding out. And just insane replays by so many players, so many different styles, and just some nice stats for the first level as well. We see 142 people have played the level for a total of almost 300,000 runs and a total of 845 hours of playing this one level by Chris. 12 people made their best time in the last hour, and actually 4 people made their best time in the last 10 minutes of the event. It does sometimes actually pay off to hoil in the last minutes. And to finish us off, we have an SL run by Hosp for an alternative style. I haven't seen this one myself, so let's see what crazy things Hosp could cook up in a task run. Let's see, it's the same kind of start, just of course perfect execution. And a beautiful bounce for this second drop apple. I was actually trying this style, the first thing myself, but I didn't think it was fast enough. But jumping up here to this right hand apple, coming down. The hard part here was picking the top hang apple. Let's see how Hosp does it. Let's see, grabbing this. Oh, beautiful bounce on the side of that hang. Grabbing that top hang apple. Yeah, that was a problem. I was not able to do that in a live run. That's why I gave up on this style. But beautiful, like kind of like bounce. Just pushing a little bit away from that hang to grab this apple. Nice stuff, maybe only possible in SL, but really fun, really creative. And again, great level by Chris. Can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.